What's going on, everybody? Episode 164 of the Weekly Word. It's got like 6 titles. I'm trying to remember which one I decided to go with. Ultimately, it's belonging. Belonging. I just finished running by the location of episode 163, which was Believe. And when I passed by that location, I was immediately brought back to that day, which is Christmas of last year, and I realized I haven't had a chance to do a weekly word in some time, or maybe I've never been felt to give one, although I've had a lot of reflection. So here we are 5 months later, and weekly word is belonging. Oh man, so over the past month, on numerous occasions, have I heard two expressions. And one of them was extend an invitation, and the other one was be the ripple. So like the power in an invitation and the power in being the stone that hits the lake, and thinking about those conceptually. The ripple one, man, I could talk about that for an hour. The idea of how any action in our lives can be the stone that hits a lake, and the ripple effect will go well beyond our time, and it's so bigger than any one of us, and will outlive us. The power of the ripple. The one I really want to explore a little bit is invitation. Ainsley's Angels' values include, always welcoming and accepting. And I got to thinking about welcoming and accepting and then belonging, because there's a big difference between welcoming and belonging. And in the middle is the acceptance process. But well before we can even get to belonging, we have to explore invitation. So you can't welcome someone until you've extended an invitation. And I listened to the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dumford, talk at a Travis Manion Leadership Summit just 3 days ago. And he said that veteran service organizations like the Travis Manion Foundation are the 21st century version of the VFW. And that resonated with many of us that heard him say it. We're not trying to say that the VFW is not relevant anymore, but there's a lot of people in the world that are unable to really connect with how the VFWs, or it's your Veterans of Foreign War organizations, execute, and how the veteran service organizations of today really have this tendency they take on a different model. And neither one of them are right or wrong. It's just that today's is a little bit different and more fitting of the climate. Why am I telling you all that? Well, because the only way that we can let veterans know, and I hate that there's so much background noise here. I knew better than this. Hate's a big word. The only way that we can let veterans know of the existence of veteran service organizations different from the VFW is if we extend an invitation. And that got me thinking, like, in the Ainsley's Angels family, we've always preached, join our family, and, we're welcoming and accepting. But, like, how many of you have actually taken the time to, extend the invitation to anybody? Whether that's a special needs family, a runner, a person in your society who is inspired by our movement. And on the Travis Manion side, same idea. A family of the fallen, an inspired civilian, a veteran. Extending the invitation is the first step. Because once we do that, we are now in a position, should they accept the invitation, to actually welcome them. And when we welcome them, that's when the challenging process of how do we now sometimes take it from welcoming to an acceptance. And what I mean by that is sometimes it's not easy to accept everyone. And you might be like, no, what are you talking about? It's not easy to accept everyone. Of course we accept it. No, stop. Human nature sometimes is what it is. And of course, if we can harness love and lead with love, then we can be in a position where we can understand acceptance much more. So at the core of all of this, lovingly extending an invitation, lovingly moving forward with a welcoming, and then with love, learning to accept all people, then that sense of belonging resonates. Not just with the person inviting or welcoming or accepting, but more importantly, in many cases, the person that we are inviting, the person that we are accepting, the person that we are giving that amazing sense of belonging to through our transparently pure, authentic love. So today I invite all of you to extend an invitation and then to go through the process of welcoming, accepting, and being part of the feeling that is belonging.